Oh, hello. Mike Rondo here. Just doing a bit of reading. Got my little magnifying glass to finally able to see things. Been reading a little bit of this. I read quite a bit of this last night after I did my tin note. So yeah, so that's what I was doing. Tonight, actually, let me put this over here. I'm in my Morgan pipe here. I am going with Autumn Evening tonight, which I actually put in a mason jar as well as the black gold maple. So this is what I'm smoking tonight. Now I was going to do another tin note with either the Junkyard or the Java one. But I actually decided it's such a beautiful autumn evening, I might as well have Autumn Evening. And it's such a good tobacco, I had to do it. Maybe we'll do this. Little fireside chat. I don't know how well this is going to screw up the video. This may cause some problems, but we're going to go with it. Looks like the camera's having a little tough time finding me, but we'll go with this for a little bit. This pipe is great, and this tobacco is great. And you know what? This beer is pretty great. I'll go have a little sip here. Anyway, let me know. I know one of my subscribers, I'll turn the regular light on here, had said the flickering light, if I did more, might be a distraction. It might be crazy, and he's probably right. But I made a little hook here, and I put that there for now, because a lot of this is going to change pretty soon, because I gotta bring the tobaccos in for the winter. The only one I've decided that's not going to go in is the Shed blend. It's from 2019, 2020. This is all the loose stuff that kind of, when I was packing my pipe. So this has to live in the shed at all times. It can never leave, no matter what the weather condition is. And someday, I'll smoke it. Probably springtime, I would say. Man, this is just smoking really good. So, what I wanted to talk about tonight is actually something that was, as you guys know, some of you might know, with one of the audiobooks that I've been reading. I took a little break from it because I was reading a Star Wars novel, but I'm not going to get into that here. I was reading the Tao of Seneca, and it's basically his letters. This is produced by Tim Ferriss, and it's read by this other gentleman who does a fantastic job. And I got back into listening to it this week on the way to work. And there was, I think it was it's either letter 79, 80, or 81, where he mentioned this with I think it was Epicurus he was talking about in the letter, how he was not known at the time, but he got popular after his death. So post-mortem, his content, if you will, became something meaningful to people. And during his time, it meant absolutely nothing to anyone. Nobody even heard of him. Nobody even thought of him. He was just a regular guy going about his business. And he died. And still some time went by until someone found his work and kind of did that. And it got me thinking, as creators in the modern world, and this has happened before, you know, there are other philosophers, artists, poets, novelists, a lot of novelists that are like that. I think H.P. Lovecraft, who was a Rhode Islander as well, was like that as well. He wasn't known at his time. It was after he became popular. So it got me thinking in the modern world, and I was thinking of like the content we create, the pipe community on YouTube here, podcasters, all of that, the streamers, everything that we do today. And there's so many of us that a lot of us are going to get lost in the shuffle, right? My YouTube channel isn't like a massive following or anything like that. My podcast, the Cantina Cast, is pretty respectable, but it's not like Joe Rogan or anything like that. So it got me thinking, like, that content's probably going to live on way longer than me. I don't know if it'll be, well, even the YouTube stuff here, I don't know how long it'll stay on YouTube, but, you know, whatever happens to YouTube, or even Libsyn, the publishing company that I use, or something like that. I have a feeling once it's on the internet, it's kind of forever, right? Isn't that the saying? So it got me thinking that someone someday may stumble upon our content, and it'll mean something to someone maybe 10, 20, 50, 100 years from now, which is crazy to think about. It was just something to ponder. You know, because the things I'm talking about, not earth-shattering, but it's just a regular guy just talking about philosophy, pipe smoking, podcasting, content creating, and just whatever. Maybe that'll, you know, hit someone someday and it'll mean something. I don't know. Or whatever your content is that you create. I hope. It'd be nice if it was in your lifetime, right? I mean, how awful is that? That, you know, this is a lot of painters are like this too, where their art becomes popular after their death and you can't enjoy your success. And it's like, well, why didn't you recognize me when I was here so I could enjoy it? Poor guys and women. I'm sure this has happened with women, men, even children probably, that are talented. Man, this is smoking so good. So I guess I'll have to create some content that's like I guess you could say, well, I kind of did this with the Cantina Cast when we were forming this with the Cantina Cast. We recorded episodes that were going to last. They weren't going to be like a lot of podcasts do it, where it's week to week kind of content, and the shelf life is maybe a month at best. The stuff me and my former co-hosts were doing, and now the guys that are running the show now, we've set it up so like the content we create now can last quite a while, longer than a month or a few weeks and whatnot. Our back catalog, you could always go back and listen to things, even stuff that's, some of our outdated stuff is almost fun to go back and listen to, has like an archive or a snapshot of that moment in the fandom. So that stuff is going to last for quite a while. Now my content here, I don't know, it's whatever. Some people like it, some people won't. I don't know, it's hard to say, but so the Cantina Cast, I kind of purposely set it up that way. I wasn't thinking like, you know, if I died or my co-host died or something like that, that it would become more popular and meaningful or anything like that. It was just more of, if you're a Star Wars fan and you're looking for content to digest, this was my approach, was, okay, we did a character dissection of Darth Vader, or a character breakdown of him, and we did several episodes of that, which is still relevant today. I mean, sure, there's things that are updated, and the guys are going to go back and revisit that, so to speak, but you can combine all that and kind of as a fan, digest all that and kind of formulate your own ideas and your own opinions and whatnot. So it was designed that way. That's how we designed the Cantina Cast. But it wasn't set up for, you know, thinking 100 years, 200 years down the line, someone's going to appreciate the content and I won't be around to enjoy that success. So, I don't know. It's just crazy to think about. Crazy to even, I mean, I don't even think long term in that regard. Well, I do in a way. Like, I think of like a lifetime, like 100 years or 80 years, and how quick it goes by. And then poof, that's it. And then eventually you fade to memory. It's only a select few that get remembered through the ages, and eventually over time they'll be forgotten too. It's just going to take a while. But some people are almost immortal, right? Like you know of Caesar, you know of Cleopatra. Mark Twain, Theodore Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, you know, on and on. The historical figures that are kind of almost immortal, or at least live around or in memory for 2,000, 3,000 years. It's kind of an amazing thing, but most of us don't get that, which is crazy to think about, because we each have a fantastic story to tell, but most don't get to hear that. I don't know, just something I was pondering when I heard that in the... I want to say it was letter 80. I think it was. It was on death, if I had to remember right. And I think that's letter 80. But anyway. So the scary stories I was reading last night was pretty interesting. I told my daughter I was going to read it to her. She got really scared. She don't want any part of this. She's just kind of a scaredy cat. But me, I like a good little fright. A fun fright, and these are pretty interesting. I was actually reading aloud to myself as I was doing it, and I'm not the best reader aloud. Like not public speaking, but reading just aloud. I was always horrible at it because I think about it too much as I'm reading, and I flub up. Always been a thing for me, especially when I was a kid. I wasn't that good of a reader, and I wasn't that confident as a kid, so when they called on me to read, I'd get frightened. I think there's a little bit of that still lives on in me, and when I'm reading like out aloud, I kind of fumble my words because of that, as well as, although sometimes when I'm put on the spot, I do pretty good. I just kind of just do it, and it's weird. But I fumbled a little bit on my words, which is crazy because it's a really simple book. It's not complicated, but it was fun. It was fun. I turned the lights off. I had this on. I had my pipe going, and I was reading it, and I was trying to talk in a I guess a monotone / Vincent Price kind of voice is what I was going for. I kind of failed at that, though. So this is the what do you call it? Magnifying glass there. It's okay. I got this from Amazon. This handle is cheesy. I thought it was going to be a little more hefty than that, but I mean, it's all right for what it is. It's kind of a prop for in here. Not really, although you can read with it. So it's got some value. Like, I can use it, but this handle is, I don't know. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. There you go. Ooh. Of course, I got the magnifying glass because, well, I guess it's 14 minutes into the video. I should probably talk about it now. Is the Darestalker hat that I have, or the Sherlock Holmes hat, if you will. And I flubbed up tonight because I should have had the mini Sherlock Holmes pipe is what I should have been going with, right? I should have used that, but I didn't. Oops. Knocking things over here. I got too many things in the way. But I went with this because I wasn't thinking that, and I forgot I had the hat, and then I looked over and I said, oh, well, I'm going to wear that hat tonight. So this is kind of the show and tell. I've always wanted one of these hats since I was a kid. I don't know, what do you think? I don't know if I look good in it. But I don't care. It's fun to have on. It's a bit of a prop. You'll see this throughout my videos. I'll be adding little props like this, because just for fun, to make you guys laugh. and I might even talk about it. Like, well, I had to talk about this one. I mean, this is Sherlock Holmes here. I mean, I do get the nose. Like, I do have the big schnoz for it. Like, you know. There we go. Got a good light now. So now when I read Sherlock, I should have put Sherlock in the thing, but you know, I really wasn't prepared to do this. I was more prepared to do, first I was going to do a review, a tin note, and then I was like, nah, it's an autumn night, it's fall, I want to enjoy autumn evening because it's so good. So I did that, and then I saw the hat. I should have put Sherlock in there, should have did that, and then the hat, but I'll do that one night when I'm reading Sherlock. And then I'll kind of do a review on Sherlock or something. I don't know. We'll see. But it's my favorite time of the year, fall. Had to go with this. I don't know if I'm supposed to bend this, though. My friends across the pond, Redcoat, could you tell me, do I bend this? Do I not bend it? I know this one's got to stay flat because this is like to keep the sun off, right? It's supposed to keep the sun off and, you know, all that stuff. I don't know. I just think it's cool. Life's short. You got to have some fun, right? And you got to be able to make a fool out of yourself. It's a good beer. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for tonight. That was kind of my big question that I had that I was going to talk about next week, but I figured I'd bring it up tonight because I wasn't really going to do a tin note because I think I had to break it up a little bit, just a little bit. So probably tomorrow you'll see me do a tin note. And of course today I didn't get up and do a morning coffee because, well, I slept in. I got a good 9 hours of sleep. I did wake up at 1 o'clock because the dog was barking at something. And when I got up, I looked at the clock and I thought it was like 3 a.m. It was actually 1 a.m. So I got up, yelled at him, said, "What the hell are you yelling at?" And he went back to bed. I went back to bed, and I got a good 9 hours of sleep. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do a video now. I got some stuff to do. So, you know, here I am now. So I don't know. What do you think of my hat? Do I look like a complete ass? Or is it fun? Making you laugh? I don't know. What do you think? I think it's funny. I like it. It's actually pretty damn comfortable, I gotta be honest. I could probably wear this in the fall. You know, it's actually cold tonight. It's actually kind of warm in the shed. I was surprised because it's been kind of cool. It's cool outside now. I thought I was going to have to turn the heat on. But it's not bad in here. And I was going to put the thermal on, the flannel, but I went with this. And anyway, sweatshirt season now. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.